Hello, I'm a business person. Okay, that was my best attempt. I tried. Hi everyone, my name is Santa, and today I'm going to be filming a video about the best business programs in Canada. And specifically in this video, I'm going to be talking about Ontario universities. So, if you guys didn't see it already from the thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about, of course, the beef between the two schools, Queen's Commerce and Western Ivey, as well as another really renowned school, which is UofT's Rotman business program. So I'm going to talk about the pros, the cons, and just more about it. Oh, something I want to mention before getting started is that I have a fat amount of links in the description. I just put them there so that you have really easy access to all the resources and information that you need, because I remember when I was applying, I constantly forgot what pages I needed and wanted. So this is a nice place to always come back to find the links you need. So yeah, just check out the descriptions because there's some good stuff there. Check it out. And just to give you guys some background in case you don't know me already, I am personally going to Western and I have AEO. So does that mean I'm a bit biased? Maybe. But I'm gonna honestly try and be as unbiased as possible, which is actually possible for me because I'm really freaking indecisive and don't know what the best choice is or was or anything. Let's get started. I'm not gonna keep the glasses. So let's start off with Western's Ivey business program. So once you graduate from here, you typically have an HBA, which is an honors. For the people who go to Western Ivey, typically looking at the graduate rates, 30% go into finance, 22% go into consulting, and 12% go into finance, and 7% go into tech. So something very interesting about Western Ivey's program, which is different than the other ones, is that you actually don't take business right out of high school. Western's Ivey program actually follows a 2x2 structure, whereby the first 2 years you can major in whatever you want. For example, I'm taking health science, but you can take art, you can take dance, you can take math, you can take medical science, you can take women's studies. Third and fourth year, you do the business portion. And that's what I mean by the 2x2. When you apply to Western's Ivey program from high school, you don't directly get accepted into the Ivey program. You only get an AEO, which is an advanced entry opportunity. So the AEO is a conditional offer. But as I think all you need to do is maintain an 80% average-ish, or 78% if you're in engineering as of 2021, and you have to maintain 2 extracurriculars. So it's easier to get into AEO, but once again, it's not guaranteed. And so even if you don't get in from high school, there is a possibility that you can come in from any other college or any other university and apply in second year and then still get into the Ivey business program in third year. Something else you should know that Western is really well known for is their case-based method, and this only occurs during the third and fourth year when it is business. Essentially what it means is that it's really discussion heavy with a focus on business situation. Typically people receive a case and then go over it by themselves, and then you discuss it with a small group and then as a class. So the cases are meant to represent real life business problems and are a great way to apply your learnings to prepare you for your future job. But yeah, more information about the case-based method will be linked below. And something else that I really wish people would have talked about more is the average salary that people get coming out of that university. So I did a lot of research, and according to their website, there's a 65K median base salary, and there's a 73K starting salary if you consider signing bonuses and other guaranteed compensations. So here's some pros about Western's Ivey program. The first one is that if you're really into finance and consulting, this is a great school for you. The other benefit in my mind is that you can really study anything you want the first 2 years. So if you're not sure about business or you're really iffy, I think it's a great program. From an international point of view, Ivey HBA is really well ranked, and it has slightly higher initial employee statistics than Queen's Commerce program. Something else that's a big pro for Western Ivey is that you actually have the potential for a double degree in 5 years. What you could do is, I'm going to use me as an example. If I really like health science and I like business, I can choose to actually get both degrees. So if I graduate in 4 years, I will get one business degree, which is the HBA. Or I can choose to get the health science and the business degree in 5 years. So under normal circumstances, the first 2 years I would take health science, the second 2 years I would take business for their Ivey case-based method, stuff like that. However, if I want to get both degrees, I would do the first 2 years of health science, my 3rd year of business, and then my 4th and 5th year, I would do combination of business and health science. And that's how I can get both degrees. And once again, that is a big pro. Some cons, like I mentioned before, acceptance into the Ivey program is conditional. Even with your AO, once again, you need to maintain certain marks and extracurriculars. And so often that is stressful for individuals. Something else is, since you have only 2 years learning the business, it is quite a condensed time to learn a lot of content. So it is quite a lot of material in just 2 years. Now let's talk about Queen's Commerce program from Queen's Smith School of Business. So something you should know is that people from Queen's mostly graduate and go into the field of accounting, which is about 21% of their students. Secondly, people often go into finance, which is in 19%. And thirdly, people often go into consulting with an 18% statistic. And fourth is marketing and communication with 9%. Again, Queen's is a 4-year program. So it is 4 years of completely business. And this is a lot different than Western's Ivey program, that's 2x2. It's not as focused on case-based method like Western, but there are some cases still integrated. The average base salary of someone coming out of Queen's Commerce is $61K, which is very common to Ivey's salary if you don't consider any of the signing bonuses, just a little less. Some pros here are that since it's 4 years and that you go into business right away, which means you can develop your network faster. So if you know for sure that you want to go into business and have nothing else you are contemplating, I guess, then I think this is a great program. The second biggest pro is that there's lots of exchange opportunities at Queen's. And so in their 3rd year, about 80% of people go on the exchange program. However, for Ivey, I think it's a lot less common and only some people do it during their 4th year. And another pro is you don't have a conditional offer. You're guaranteed a spot into the program upon acceptance from high school. Something that's a con that I heard some people say is that people think the content you learn is often quite theoretical, especially the first 2 years. I just want to go briefly over Queen's versus Ivey. The way they're similar is that they're both really internship heavy programs. So oftentimes you have to go out and find summer internships on your own, and there's no guarantee that you'll get them. Another similarity is that both of these programs are exceptional and have great reputations in Canada. And I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. I just think they're different, and yeah, one might be better for a specific individual, but all around, I wouldn't say one is better than the other. The main differences is that Queen is a 4-year program for business, whereas Western is a 2+2 program, so only 2 years of business. The other major difference is that Queen is really focused on the traditional learning style, whereas Western's Ivey uses a case-based method. With that being said, it's up to you to decide which style of program you like more. Neither one gives you like an exponential advantage over the other. So really just pick the school that you think best suits you and your needs. Now let's talk about UofT Rotman's business program. The people who graduate, first off, most of them go into financial services with about 35% of students. Secondly, students go into accounting at 22% of the students. And thirdly, students go into consumer goods and retail, which is about 10% of the students. So UofT Rotman is another 4-year program, and this also has the traditional learning style just like Queens. Regarding how much money people make right out of university, UofT, I search everywhere for it, but they don't actually provide that information. If you guys find it, feel free to link it down below. But all I found were how they talked about the success from their MBA programs, but maybe, I don't know, I couldn't find it personally. Some pros about UofT is that being in Toronto gives you a lot of opportunities for internships that are really nearby, and also attending their commerce program at UofT gives you a better chance of getting into their MBA program, which is very good from what I hear. Something else is that going to UofT gives you a very strong international reputation, because as of this moment, UofT is ranked as the top school. Apparently, a lot of students at Toronto take a double major or like a specialty. Cons of UofT are that you're not officially in the Rotman program until you achieve certain marks in your first year calculus, econ, and management courses, and you must finish them before the end of summer of your first year, or else you get kicked out of the program forever. So again, I guess this is kind of like a conditional offer, just like Western's program. At UofT, there's a really heavy emphasis on coursework, like exams and courses. So there's really not a lot of focus on case studies or other features that Queens or Ivey have. So there's not a lot of critical thinking, but mostly a lot of memorizing. And there we go. So I just covered some pros and cons and information about Western Ivey program, Queen's Commerce, and UofT Rotman. Of course, there's so many more great schools in Ontario and in Canada. Maybe I'll cover them later on, but these are just 3 that I remember I was thinking about. You can still be incredibly successful no matter what school or program you attend to. Pick the university based on the environment and how you will use the resources provided to you. Once again, all these universities are amazing. So that is the end of the video. I hope you found this really informative and it helped you and will help you in making a decision about what schools you want to apply to or what schools you want to go to. Please remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more videos from me, and so you don't miss out on anything I post. And also, please remember to leave a comment down below. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.